Good morning, my dear students. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Be happy. Okay. In the last class, we discussed about the need and importance of relationship. I hope you have clearly understood the importance, because we belong to one world. We have some responsibility to do. We have to cooperate with nature's code of conduct. In the same section, we had seen about Rothschild giraffes in Kenya, about their living conditions and giraffe manner and all. Later, we began Tippy of the jungle, who can be considered real life Mowgli, you know. So, we were on that particular part. She was extensively photographed by her parents in a moving and heartwarming manner. She used to grow, and she was in a jungle where her mother and father were also there. So, she used to keep a close contact or close relationship or interpersonal relationship with wild animals. As a result of this innocent love and affection, innocent interpersonal attitude towards the wild animal, even wild animals started loving this little Tippy in return. What can we understand from that? If you give love, you will get love back. If you give hatred, the same thing. That is what we say. There is two sides for a same coin. If you give positive item, you will always get the positive in return. If you hate someone, you will also be hated by someone. If you love someone, you will definitely get back the same thing. So, here the young little girl started loving this wild animal. They started loving her in return. That is as a result of that. How can we understand? So, she used to take photographs with animals. What is most remarkable about these images is that they show us Tippy's sense of belongingness in the world, in the wild. She used to be in the wild. She is not a tourist on a jungle safari. She is part of the jungle as much as her fictional counterpart Mowgli, penned by Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling wrote Mowgli, you know, Jungle Book, about Mowgli, Jungle Book. Mowgli lived his entire life in the wild only. Whereas in the case of this little young Tippy, she used to be in the jungle with wild animals. In the story, Mowgli was loved by all the animals except Shere Khan. They considered Mowgli as one of his family members. What can we understand? It's an example of love, innocent love. When we love someone, we should not expect anything from them. We should give love without expecting anything. But definitely you will get love in return. No doubt at all. Okay. Don't think that love, this is another love. Okay. Tippy is seen by the forest animals as being one of their own. Her mother has already told us that she had or she has no fear being with wild animals. She used to be with them. She used to play with these animals. What did they do? They loved this little Tippy in return. Even though her family moved back to Paris when she was 10, till 10 she used to be in jungle till 10. She was in the jungle with animals till 10 years of old. When she was 10, her family moved to Paris. Even though her family moved back to Paris when she was 10, Tippy's experiences as a child have followed her into adulthood. She is a trained filmmaker herself now and wishes to raise awareness about wildlife preservation through her work. So she has been or she has become a woman and she is a trained filmmaker and she wishes to raise awareness about wildlife preservation through her work. Okay, that's about our Tippy's story. Now we are moving to the another family who lived with the wolves. Okay, Sean Ellie's childhood fashion with wolves developed into a deep interest in the natural world. So, Sean Ellis was very fond of natural world and he was very fascinated with the wolves. This fascination developed into a deep interest in the natural world. This interest is what led him to become a field biologist working at a wolf research center in Idaho in America. Okay, so there is a wolf research center. So he had the interest in his mind, this particular interest. He was a strong wolf lover. Okay. Even as he was studying the behavior of wolves as part of his research, he wanted to go live with them to see what it likes like being a creature of the wild. So he went there to research about wolves, to conduct research on the behavior of wolves. But he was so interested in wolves. So what did he think to do? He thought to be with them, to live with them, to experience how it would be when we are in a wild. Once he had familiarized himself with the Idaho terrain around which the research center was based, Sean started living in the wild. So he was given a particular place to live in. Then he selected to live in the jungle itself. We have heard of countless tales of human beings taking in animals and caring for them. We know that many, and if you open Animal Planets or National Geography and all, you will be able to watch different stories of the people who live with animals, live with wild animals especially. Okay. In this case, however, it was a family of wolves. Normally, they may have separate single one or two, but here he had a family of wolves that took Sean in. Normally what happens, we take wild animals to live with us. In the case of this person, Sean Ellis, he was selected or he was accepted by the wolf family. Wolf's family adopted him or adapted him as their family members. Rather than attacking him for invading their space. Normally, if we trespass in the world of wild animals, they will definitely attack us. They will not spare you simply, oh, he is a simple man, let him go. He is very poor, we can't go, we have no need to do anything, we don't eat. No, nothing will come. They will not think like that. But in the case of this particular person, he was accepted or received by or welcomed by or adopted by this wolf's family. When they hunted, very interesting thing, when a wolves hunted, they brought food back for Sean to eat. Generous act. What contrast, you know. Who can imagine? Who would expect like this action from a wild animal? Can you imagine? Is it possible? Living with going to a forest, seeing a wolf, see any family of wolves or elephants or lions or cheetahs or any wild animal, will they accept you as a member of their family? Anyway, whatever be the situation, he was accepted. When they hunted, they brought him food. In return, he looked after the wolf's pups when the elders were out hunting. What did he do in return? When they went for hunting, he would look after their pups. See, mutual understanding, mutual relationship. When wolves hunted, they would bring him food. When they go out, okay. Even though the human and the animal shared a working camaraderie, in his column that he wrote for The Guardian in 2011, Sean described the occasions on which he felt threatened by the wolves. So, see, he shared a working or mutual trust and friendship with a group. Camaraderie, okay, camaraderie. In his column that he wrote for Guardian in 2011, Sean describes the occasions on which he felt threatened by the wolves. This was mainly when the wolves felt that he was disturbing the hierarchy within the group or putting their young ones in danger. Many times, even though he was accepted by this wolf's family, they had attacked him. Only when they felt that this man is disrupting his the hierarchy within the group and putting their young ones in danger. In spite of the difference in the nature of these two species, they lived side by side in harmony for an entire year. Whatever be this situation, he could spend his 1 year with that wolf family. Did you understand, my dear students? Here we end our stories. It's very interesting, I suppose, isn't it? Very good, interesting. We can't even imagine people go to jungle and live with wolves or so and so things, so and so animals. So what can we study or what can we learn from these stories, we can learn only one thing, that love, which is the mightiest weapon with which we can subdue anything, with which we can defeat anyone in this world. If you love someone, of course he has no other choice but love you. Start loving anyone, students. Okay, so here we conclude our today's class, expecting that you could understand well. Okay, so when you come to the next class, you have to write a small story of any animal, small story, that will be enough. Try to write yourself something, let the imagination comes out. Okay, you write a small story about any animal or any personal experience related to animals. That is up to you to decide. Okay, my dear students, here I conclude. Tata, bye bye, take care.